Hi, I'm Matt Steffens, and I played a male dancer in VICES. And I live in New York City, and I'm kind of from Virginia. My father was in the Navy, so I moved around my whole life.
So it says in your Playbill bio that you used to work in TV and radio production. So how did you come to find dance, and when did you realize that this was the right profession for you?
Um, well, after college, I definitely didn't have the confidence to go into acting. So I kind of fell into advertising, and I found that I couldn't do theater because the production took me out of the city too much to do a show. So I started dancing on the side, and I played sports my whole life and kind of had a general aptitude for dance. And I was blessed to have a couple choreographers take me under their wing, and so I guess around 22 is when I really started training. And then around 26, 27, I really started training hard, and you know, bit the bullet and moved to New York.
So then how did you find out about Theater Aspen, and what were the VICES auditions like?
Theater Aspen I had heard about originally from Paige Price, the artistic director. Her and I did a tour of Beauty and the Beast, I guess 5 years ago. And so that was, I knew about Theater Aspen long before I auditioned for them, because I knew she had been working out here and had heard about it. And then they had a couple of auditions for VICES, and friends of mine had gone in, but I hadn't been called in yet. And Andrew, the choreographer, saw me at a thing called Dance Break, and so he called me in. And it was 2 hours of the most intense dancing. My feet were raw at the end. And I think we did 2 or 3 combinations on our own. And there were about 15 of us at that audition. I think they had already had 3 male dancer auditions. And at this audition, I think there were about 15. And I definitely didn't think that I was the one who would get called back, because there were some other people that I was like, wow, they were really good. But they narrowed it down to 2 of us, and then both of us partnered with Sam, who is the female dancer in the show and my partner in it. And we did a partnering audition, and then I got offered the job. So there was a bunch of people there, and it was a really fun audition.
Amazing. Now, you spoke about the crazy audition, and VICES the show is equally an intensely musical and physical performance, so how do you stay prepared for what I would call the ferocity of the show, especially at this altitude?
The ferocity. Yes, the brochure described the show as explosive, and so we felt like we always had to live up to the show being explosive. Well, I'll tell you that the altitude still hits me every day. After I'm on stage for about the first 7 minutes, and then I leave the stage for about a minute, and I always drop to all fours. You can ask the stage management team. It's so hard to get your breath up here at this altitude, but I try to run and hike and bike to try to build up my endurance, and that's helped. In the beginning of rehearsals, it was absolutely awful. We would go for 2 minutes and be like, oh, we're dead. But it's not so bad now, but the altitude definitely is a factor unto itself.
Yeah. Now, you've worked on major films and in Broadway productions, so what's different about working in Theater Aspen, and do you have any favorite moments from this experience and this show particularly?
Well, doing a new show period is always kind of an interesting experience, because you have to give your heart to it and give all your energy to yeah, we really want to make this work, and then they're like, that doesn't work. It's like you spent a day and a half on something, and then they trash it, or they move it, and so you kind of have to be willing to go along with the flow. The great thing about Theater Aspen is everybody here is so supportive, so that makes it a lot easier, I think, to be able to do that process and make yourself vulnerable to it. In terms of the show, the audiences are awesome here, and they're so close. That's something that's nice compared to Broadway houses, where the first row is probably farther back than the back row of the tent here. That having them right there, you can feed off of their energy, and so it really makes a difference when the audience is in it and loving it. And in terms of Aspen, I mean, how could you not love this? I explore a different mountain every day, and it's more gorgeous than the previous day. So I love being here in Aspen. It's great.
Wonderful. Do you have any convincing words for audiences considering to come see VICES? Why should they come?
Well, I'll talk to you, the audience goer. Everybody that's come and seen it, I don't really know anybody in Aspen, but everybody that comes up to me loves the show. I see people throughout the evening like bobbing their head to the music. The music is so good, and I think the dancing is explosive. And I think it's a fun night. So come out and come see Vices at Theater Aspen.